Okay, year 9, questions 5 to 8 in our speedy blast through the exam. Okay, so the first one, solve 3 over x minus 2 equals 6. First thing we need to do is get rid of this denominator, because we've got the x in the denominator, we don't want that. Fractions and equations are always a bit of a faff. So we multiply it by x minus 2, then we get 3 equals 6, x minus 2. Okay, expand the brackets, 3 equals 6x minus 12, add the 12, 15 equals 6x, and divide by 6, we get x equals 15 over 6, which is 2.5. Okay, solve the inequality, leave the inequality sign as is. Remember, we only flip the sign round if you multiply or divide by a negative, okay, which we're not doing, or if we flip the sides. The x is already on this side, so we don't need to flip the sides. Okay, if we multiply or divide by a negative, then yes, we have to flip the sign, but I don't think we're going to need to here. Start off by adding the 5. 4x is greater than or equal to 8, and divide by 4, x is greater than or equal to 2. Okay, make p the subject. So if we knew what p was, let's say p was 6, the first thing we do is 6 squared. Then we times it by 3, then we take away 4. So we get rid of things in reverse order. So we get rid of a minus 4 by adding 4. Y plus 4 equals 3p squared. Okay, so we square the p, then we times by 3. So we get rid of the times by 3 next. Y plus 4 divided by 3 equals p squared. Lastly, we need to get rid of a square. So p equals the square root of y plus 4 over 3. Technically, when you're square rooting, we should get a plus or minus, but in a rearranging formula question, you generally get away without putting it in. Okay? Right, just need to move the exam on so I can see what's next. Number 6, you should have been fine with, because we've done quite a few of these over the course of the year. So, got 5 straight pieces of metal. We know that that's 12 metres, that's 5 metres, and the metal is 2.5 kilograms per metre. Not per metre squared, it's not per area, okay, it's just 1 metre length of a metal weighs 2.5 kilograms. Okay, so we've got 5 strips of metal, we've got 12 and 12, 5 and 5, and we've got this length, okay. If you know your Pythagorean triples, then you know it's 13. If not, you can say it's a square root of 12 squared plus 5 squared, square root of 169, which is 13. So this is 13 metres. So when we add up all the lengths, we get 5 plus 5 plus 12 plus 12 plus 13, okay, which is 10, 25, 30, 42 metres. Okay, so we do 42 metres times 2.5 kilograms, which is 105 kilograms. Remember, you've got a calculator. Okay, number 7, simultaneous equations. So we got 4x plus 2y equals 7, and 3x minus 5y equals minus 24. 2 ways of doing it. I'll do both. You can make x's the same, or you can make y the same. If you make x's the same, the logical thing is 12. Times the top one by 3, we get 12x plus 6y equals 21. And times the bottom one by 4, we get 12x minus 20y equals minus 96. Sign on the x's is the same, so we have to take away. 6y take away minus 20y is 26y. 21 take away minus 96 is, I can't do math suddenly, I messed up somewhere. $117, no, I haven't messed up, sorry. So y is 117 over 26, which, if you're amazing with your 13 times table, you've probably worked out, is 4.5. Okay, then we sub y equals 4.5 into either of these two ones. So 2y would be 9, so we get 4x plus 9 equals 7. Take away the 9, so we get 4x equals minus 2, so x equals minus a half, or minus 0.5. Okay. If you chose to make the y's the same, then the logical number is 10, so we get 20x plus 10y equals 35, times this one by 2, 6x minus 10y equals minus 48. Okay. Sign number y's is different, so we add them to get rid of them. 20x plus 6x is 26x. 10y plus minus 10y is 0. 35 plus minus 48 is minus 13. So we divide by 26, we get x equals minus 0.5. Sub that into either of them. So 4 times minus 0.5 is minus 2. So we get minus 2 plus 2y equals 7. So 2y must equal 9. So y equals 4.5. Okay. Question 8 was probably the hardest one on the paper because people don't like straight line graphs and they don't like inequalities and they don't like these questions in general. So if you got them all right, well done. Really well done. Okay, so we had to identify the equations of the three lines and then turn them into inequalities for the shaded region. Now the good thing is the hardest one to work out was already given for us. It was y equals 1/3 x minus 2. Okay. We've also got this line here which crosses at 4 and 4, and we've got this line here which goes through minus 1 on the x-axis, and this area is shaded. So we want this side of that line. So the question is, do we want y to be greater than or equal to 1/3 x minus 2, or do we want y to be less than or equal to 1/3 x minus 2? So pick a point. 0, 0 is a good one. It's inside the area, so we can pick it for all of them. If I sub in 0, I'm going to get 0. 1/3 times 0, 0 minus 2. So on this side I've got 0, and on this side I've got minus 2. Is 0 smaller than minus 2, or is it bigger than minus 2? 0 is greater than or equal to minus 2, so that's the one we want. So that's our first inequality. Okay. Next one, this line, okay, is x equals minus 1, and we want this side of it, so we need the x coordinate to be greater than or equal to minus 1. So the next one is x greater than or equal to minus 1. Now the last one is tricky if you try and find the equation of this using the gradient and intercept method. Okay, it is a nasty one, but hopefully you're starting to realise that if you've got a diagonal line that goes through the same point on the x and y axis, okay, then the equation of that line is just x plus y equals whatever that number is, 4. Goes through 4, 0, 0, 4, 0 plus 4 is 4, goes through 4, 0, 4 plus 0 is 4. It will also go through 1, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1. So the x plus y coordinate is 4 everywhere on that line. If you use the gradient intercept method, then you could work out the gradient is minus 1 quite quickly by going, well, it goes down 4 and across 4, so that's the same as going down 1 and across 1, so we get a gradient of minus 1. So it's y equals minus 1x, okay, and the y-intercept is 4 plus 4, okay. So you got a mark for getting the equation of that anyway, assuming that you didn't get full marks, okay. And then we just have to say, right, which side of a line do we need, which way around is the inequality going to be? So if I pick 0, 0 again, I get 0 plus 0 on one side, which is 0, and 4 on the other side. 4 is bigger than 0, so I want x plus y is less than or equal to 0. Okay. If you use this formula, you put in 0, then we get 0 on this side, and minus 0 plus 4 is 4, and 4 is bigger than 0, so I want the sign on this side, so we get y is less than or equal to minus x plus 4. Either of those is fine for the third one. Okay. Right, that was question 8. It was hard, so well done if you gave it a good stab. Don't panic, you'll get more time to practice things like that. Okay, stay safe.